Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Joe Emilio Show. I'm your host, Joe Emilio. And in today's episode, ladies and gentlemen, a Cape Town man has reinvented the braai. We're going to find out more about that. Amber Heard is back, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to look into Eskom and why load shedding has been extended. And also later on tonight, ladies and gentlemen, at 8 p.m., my guest tonight is Amber Booysen. We'll be talking a lot more about her and what she's bringing to the table tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So don't go anywhere. All this and a whole lot more coming up. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Joe Emilio Show. I'm your host, Joe Emilio. How are you guys doing on this Monday evening? It's the Monday after payday, ladies and gentlemen. So I guess some of you have had an exciting weekend. I hope you have. I hope your weekend was really, really good. Mine was good. I got to hang out with some friends. I actually had two braais and hung out with some friends on the Friday and on the Saturday. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Good times. But yeah, I got some stuff to talk about. Obviously tonight we got an hour before my guest joins me, and in that hour you and I get to chat about anything and everything. I've obviously got some headlines that we can go through. I've just saw these headlines now and they seemed interesting, so we're gonna go check them out in just a moment. But I'm just waiting for a few more people to tune in. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Voot is already here saying, waving hello Voot, and then Kermit GTT saying ahoy matey. Good to see you, man. Yeah, once again, sorry guys that I'm not streaming as much as I used to. Load shedding is a biatch, okay? And yeah, unfortunately it does get in the way. We are now on stage 4, ladies and gentlemen, stage 4 load shedding, with rumors of stage 5 load shedding. God help us all. So I mean, I hope we don't go to stage 5, but I just want to this could be a problem if we go to stage 5, but hopefully not. Hopefully we will not. Beverly is also here, ladies and gentlemen. Beverly, good to see you tuning in once again. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're all doing well. I feel like I'm a bit bright tonight. There we go. That's a bit better. Okay, so what do I have to tell you? Okay, some announcements. Firstly, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to please support my fight against cancel culture. Once again, the link is in the description. Not going to brag on this too much. Not going to talk about it too much. All the information you need to know is in that link. And this is the link. This is where the link's going to send you. And all the information is there. You can watch the videos. They're about 3 minutes long each. So 15 minutes of your time. You'll get up to speed on what is going on. And yeah, then if you want to support my fight against cancel culture, you can donate 60 Rand from like 500 people, and I'll reach my target. So yeah, it'd be great if you guys could support me, please. I have just under a month to try and get the money here. So I hope you guys will support. Like I said, $60 all I need is $60 from 500 people. That'd be great. But yeah, for those of you who have been donating, thank you so much. And then a quick announcement about my one-man show, ladies and gentlemen. It's still happening. Still happening. Link in the description if you want to get your tickets. Get your tickets now. The date has changed to the 3rd of September. Why? Because the regulations are over. Yes, that's right. No more masks, no more social distancing. And finally, venues can be at full capacity, ladies and gentlemen. So that means 80 people. There's space for 80 people. So we decided to just, allow for. I was gonna just postpone it for August, but my weekends in August are crazy busy. It's my birthday month. It's like a lot happening. So the next available date was the 3rd of September. So 3rd of September is where it's happening. When it's happening, it's gonna happen. Everybody's on board. Barry's still directing. Barry Hilton, ladies and gentlemen, still directing. So you can go to the link. You can get your tickets now. And I'm so amazed, ladies and gentlemen. Cape Town is waking up because Cape Town's been booking. I'm not gonna lie. Cape Town has been booking. Almost like 8 tickets have been sold already. Now I know that's not a lot. There's still 72 tickets left, right? But I mean, y'all don't understand. To be booked this far in advance already, like that's amazing. So thank you guys so much for those of you that booked tickets already. Greatly, greatly appreciated. I'm thinking of maybe doing something special for those that book early, but I'll let you guys know. But for sure, thank you so much for booking so early. And yeah, 3rd of September is when it is happening, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot wait. Don't be lazy. Avoid disappointment. Come watch my stand-up comedy special, directed by Barry Hilton. Crossing the Borders is the name of the comedy show. And it's going to be a lot of fun, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope to see you there. Kermit asking, do we get a prize if we can make it to stage 10? Yes, your prize is a braai, because that's the only way you're going to survive. Jules Johnson saying, hey, Joe. Hey, Jules, how are you? Beverly saying, I'm well, thank you. We had a beautiful day in Cape Town today. Yes, we did. Nice and sunny. Still a bit cold, though. It's quite chilly. In my area, at least. It was like, look at me. I'm wearing 2 hoodies. Like, that's how cold it is right now. Insane. And Valerie in the house, ladies and gentlemen, saying hi, Joe and company. Thank you, Valerie, for tuning in. Okay, so don't forget, book your tickets. If you can't be there, share, man. Like, please spread the love, tell people about it, and don't forget to tell people to also support my fight against cancel culture. It'd be greatly appreciated, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so those are some of the announcements. I've got an interesting lady coming onto the show a bit later on. She's a guest. She's my guest tonight, right? And I'm very much looking forward to having her on the show. I'm going to show a little bit of a speech that she gave a while back, during the Cape Town Independence March. She gave an awesome speech. I'm going to show a little bit about it, a section of it. The link to the full speech is in the description. We'll get to that a bit later. But yeah, Amber Booysen, ladies and gentlemen, will be joining me at 8 p.m. We'll be talking about some interesting stuff. So yeah, I won that on stage 1, 2, 4 already. Okay, fine. This time it's a built-in braai. I don't know. I'm making up stuff. So yeah. Really, Joe? I have a fan going to stay cooled. Huh? Is it hot in your area or something? Because damn, I wish I was there. I would love some heat right now. But anyway, or are you talking about like a heater fan? Because it sounds like you have a cooling fan on, and that's a bit like wow. Okay. Anyway, some news, ladies and gentlemen. Some news that you may not see in your average corporate media headline. Half of South Africa's sewage treatment works are failing. I just thought I'd bring this up. I just thought I'd bring this to your attention. Green Drop report reveals scale of pollution, but clouds the picture. Look, I'm not gonna. This is a very long article, like super long. Look at that. It's all this information. I don't even know where to begin. All I know is the headline's not lying. Some of these sewage treatment plants are in very big trouble. and they haven't been upkept. They haven't been kept for quite some time. And I mean, just look at this. This graph tells you the story. So basically, 5 of 22 Green Drop Award winners fall in this category. All of these are in the Western Cape, which obtained 12 drop awards. So basically, that was an accident, but anyway, it worked out. Wastewater treatment works that indicate no monitoring required. So there's 5. Herman, Greenpoint Outfall, Hout Bay, Herbert Stale, and Philadelphia. Okay, these places don't need any like monitoring, right? But the 17 others, well, there you go. And so, well, there were some winners as well, and yeah. But anyway, besides all that, I mean, this stuff is getting water, blah blah, 8 contender awards, blah blah awards. Who cares about the awards? The big thing is that a lot of these areas. I'm just trying to find that one paragraph. Can't find it now. I need to highlight some of these stuff sometimes. But basically, sewage treatment plants are falling apart, ladies and gentlemen. That's basically the idea of this thing. I'm just trying to look for it. Maybe I'll find it later. I don't want to... So here's one paragraph that I wanted to read to you guys. Besides bacteria such as E. coli and the nitrates and phosphates, which are supposed to be removed during wastewater treatment, Patrick and her colleagues said that the sewage contains chemicals of emerging concern, which current wastewater treatment methods, when applied, do not remove. So they are trying to treat the water, but it's not working very well in some of these areas. Colleagues tested 15 of them in the area surrounding Greenpoint Marine Outfall. They included all this stuff. HIV. Lamivudine used to treat HIV and hepatitis B. So some interesting things in the water. Here it is. Further studies found some of these chemical compounds accumulating in fish in False Bay on the Indian Ocean inside of the city. False Bay receives effluent either directly or indirectly so basically they're finding it in fish, some of these chemicals, okay, which is alarming to say the least. But anyway, this is a very long article. We should be alarmed because we're going to need to get water, like bottled water. Just start drinking bottled water. I think like a few months ago, right, people were saying, like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I noticed like the water from the tap just didn't taste right. And like there was this like an article saying, oh, the water may not taste right, but it's okay. No, I'm good, eh? Like I'm really, really good. I don't need no. I'm good. Let's not. But yeah, just be careful what you drink, ladies and gentlemen. Try and use or get bottled water if you're at a restaurant or whatever. Bottled water, it's just safer. You don't want to get like some weird tummy bug or something. Anyway, next headline I found very interesting. So this 80-year-old Cape Townian just reinvented the braai. Has he? I don't know. Let's find out together, because here's He's an 80-year-old guy. He's a businessman. He's a do-it-yourself enthusiast. And he's retired. He was thinking more and more about how to adjust the heat easily and proficiently on his braai or Weber. And the idea of a barbecue grid screwing up and down to adjust its height came from the winding mechanism of an office chair. Okay. I have a family member that's done this already. Like, this isn't new. Like, I'm just saying. But anyway, apparently he can just screw the braai and it goes up and down to adjust the heat. I mean, it's not really that much of a reinvention. I'm pretty sure there's been people who've done this. This guy, because he's 80 years old, got airtime, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so... But anyway, that's... What do you guys think? Do you guys think he's reinvented this? Because I'm pretty sure I have a cousin who's done this. Like, I'm not even kidding. Cousin-in-law, I think is the correct term. I mean, it's a brilliant idea. Don't get me wrong. That thing works. Like, to raise it up and down very easily, just turn it. It's a pretty cool mechanism. So yeah. Oh yeah, Valerie's saying. Let me just get to some of the comments here. Valerie saying, yes, Joe, kind of warm here, only 100 kilometers down the road from you. Then again, I love winter. Okay, no, I don't. I'm confused. I don't drink water, fish, and apparently people crap in it. Well, yes. But bottled water is safe. I should build one. The braai. Yes, you should. I think you should. Maybe that can be your prize. How about that? When we get to stage 10, yeah, you can build one and then sell it. Why not? Anyway, next headline, ladies and gentlemen. This is the one I really wanted to talk about, because I can't believe it's happening. Not in a good way. Amber Heard formally announces appeal of Johnny Depp defamation suit. I thought it was over, man. You know, I thought this was done, finished, closed case, right? Apparently not. Amber's lawyer earlier today announced that they will be appealing, or Amber will be appealing judgment, or whatever the case. Here's the real kicker, though. All right. So, first off, this thing took 6 weeks. I didn't even know this whole thing took 6 weeks. Like, I knew it was a while. I didn't realize it was 6 weeks. Like, that's, come on, man. Anyway, where is it? Okay, so here it is. Judge Penny, all right, told Bredhoft that she would have to file motions with the court if she wanted to appeal the verdict. This is Amber, from the 7-person jury. Okay. The judge also informed Heard's attorney that the Aquaman star, Amber, would have to put up an $8.35 million bond with 6% annual interest for any appeal to move forward formally. $8.35 million. She's supposed to pay Johnny $10 million. So how? And she said she doesn't have any money, by the way. Like, that's her. Like, Johnny was like, pay me $10 million. She's like, I don't have any money. Does she have money to fork out $8.35 million? I don't know. Woo! Okay. Anyway, she goes on to say stuff about like she's upset that people are making fun of her and that people don't understand. They don't know all the ins and outs. That people mustn't judge her because of some clips and memes that were made on social media. Look, we've all seen your testimony, Amber, especially the one where my dog stepped on a bee. Like, no one's forcing you to do that. No one forced you to say it. No one forced you to even, I don't even know that story, how it came about. But that meme is one of the popular ones that are going around. You said it, you know? What did you expect? And I mean, besides that, she's like, I don't know, she's just whining or whatever. But here's the kicker. Here's what I really enjoyed. Okay, so days after her interview, she did an interview, by the way, on TV, like a month or so, or a few weeks ago, whatever. All right. A member of the 7-person jury divulged why they sided with Depp. Okay, so this is a member from the jury speaking out. Okay, obviously anonymously. Okay, saying the crying, the facial expressions that she had, the staring at the jury, all of us were very uncomfortable. Okay, yeah, we were uncomfortable watching it. Now, a man identified as one of the 5 men on the jury continued. She would answer one question, and she would be crying, and then 2 seconds later, she would turn ice cold. Some of us use the expression crocodile tears. I mean, everyone could see through her bullshit. That's what they're trying to say here, right? Everyone could see past her BS. And now she's going to cough up $8.35 million for I don't know what. She's going to lose. Anyway, I don't know. How do you guys feel about this? Let me go to some of the comments. Let me see what some of you guys are saying. What is Amber smoking? Well, she just keeps shitting in the bed. Absolutely. Robert King saying, hi, Joe. Hey, Robert, how are you? I don't believe her because I watched the trial. Was hilarious. Well, I don't think anybody believes her. Is this Amber Poppy a comedian? Man, I hope not. But no, she's an actress. She was in Aquaman. So it's her claim to fame. But yeah. Anyway, Amber Heard is back, ladies and gentlemen. Amber Heard is back. She's coming back with a vengeance. They will make movies out of this. That's the sad part. There will be movies. There will be things happening. Of course, Matthew likes to go against the grain. Go, Amber. He probably loves Amber. That's probably what it is. It's okay, buddy. Your girlfriend is screwed. But yeah. So we heard rumors about stage 4. Well, not stage 4, actually. Stage 5, ladies and gentlemen, coming along. Which, as of yet hasn't happened. But here's the headline. So nobody says fake news, right? Eskom warns of stage 5 load shedding or higher due to strike action. So there's a strike happening right now. Lord knows why. And basically, this is what's causing stage 4 at the moment. That's what some of the headliners are saying. But there was a warning for stage 5, which so far hasn't happened. Touch wood, right? But most of the headlines, as you can see here, talking about stage 4 extended until Wednesday, power cuts continue until Wednesday due to labor action. Eskom's biggest unions distance themselves from illegal strike. That's interesting. NUMSA claims Eskom provoked the rage that led to protests and more load shedding. Look, at this point, any excuse that is being given for load shedding, I'm like, look, first it was wet coals, then it was I don't know what, and now it's protests and stuff. I don't know, like, I can kind of see how protesting can maybe get in the way of, producing energy, I guess. Like, people aren't going to work. I understand that. But, man, Eskom really, really comes up with excuses, man. Like, every day, every time, every week. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't stop. Either the copper wires being stolen or... No, well, that really doesn't have to do anything with Eskom, I think. Something's being stolen or sabotaged or, someone coughed too loud and it startled someone who pressed the button by accident. Someone tripped over a wire in the office. Like, there's just countless amounts of excuses here. And look, maybe there are strikes. And people are striking. Like, I'm just so sick and tired of load shedding, man. I'm sick and tired of the people who say every year, no, it's gonna get better. Cyril's gonna fix it. It's gonna happen. Blah blah blah. No. He said he would. He said he would fix it. And every year it's getting worse. If you look at it from a very over a long period of time, since 2007 specifically, it's gotten worse, guys. It's not getting better. It hasn't gotten better. It's not going to get better. We need to do something. I don't know what. Andre de Ruyter says use your votes. But, yeah. Even Valerie is making a plan. She wants her grandson to build a donkey for heating water. Look, at this point, I'm not against it. At this point, I'm like, just do what you got to do. What choice do you really have, We are in this situation, and it's a problem. It is a very, very big problem. I don't think Gavin is watching. Gavin Calmer, because he would be commenting if he was. I just wanted to... Hello. Come on. Let me do this. Sorry, I'm trying to log into... I want to show you guys something. I wanted to... I'm very proud of myself. Let me just try that. There we go. No. It's fine. I'll just do it, and then I'll show you guys. Anyway, moving on from the depressing load shedding, and on to some other news. Yes, I have. I believe I've seen it. It's like it looks like a braai, only it's not. Okay, and you put wood in it. You light up fire, and there's a big metal drum, and in there is water, and that heats up the water, which you use to shower or do whatever. So yeah. Exactly. All right, so what did I want to show you guys? Very quickly, something I'm very proud of. Just waiting for it to load. Where is it? There we go. All right. Awesome. Sorry, I'm just replying to this guy. It's a comedian, so do not fret, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so Kermit saying close enough. I've used it before, sort of, kind of. All right. Anyway, so let me show you guys. Let me show you here. Cool. So this happened today, ladies and gentlemen. That is me in gym again. Back. I'm back in gym, ladies and gentlemen. I went today. Look, it has been 2 months since the last time I stepped foot in a gym. Very disappointed in myself, but some personal things got in the way. Life got in the way. And maybe in the next few weeks, months, I'll be prepared to talk about it. But I got back on the horse and I reset. Because some of you who may not know, I was doing this whole 182 days of gym, which equals to 6 months, trying to lose 20 kilos. I decided, because it was such a big break and it's like I'm starting again from square one, I decided to reset the clock. So today was day 1 of 182. I'm resetting it. We're starting from the beginning, but I'm back on the horse. I'm going to go again this week. I'm determined. I feel better this week. I feel like I want to take control again. And yeah, I'm definitely going to try and go at least 3 times a week, minimum. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I need to get back on the horse. So I'm very proud of myself because I almost didn't go. You know, winter's a bitch. Like, I almost didn't go this morning because I was nice and warm in bed, and then it's like, and then you really want to go, and then I was like, come on, you said you would. And internal battle for like 30 minutes. And eventually I was like, no, we are going to do this. We're going to do this today. I'm getting back up there. I'm getting back in there. Day 1 of 182, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to keep it up, and with your support, I will also keep it up. So, yeah, I'm back in it. I'm back. So, yeah, determined to lose at least 20 kilos by the end of the 182 days. Hopefully, we'll see. But, yeah. Some of you saying, well done. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. Valerie's saying, thanks for giving me company. Lil, I'm in bed. You're welcome. Wow, Gojo. Thank you, Jules. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. So I just wanted to share that. I was hoping Gavin would be watching because he's been asking about me going to gym for the longest time. But yeah, maybe he'll see this later. Or I'll tell him next time he's watching. So yeah. Let's see. Well, that's pretty much all the headlines I wanted to share. Once again, for those of you that are tuning in only just now, my one-man show tickets are available, $180. I forgot to tell you last time or earlier tonight. First off, 3rd of September, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing, I have reduced the ticket price, so it's $180 now per ticket. That includes a meal, by the way. It's a nice meal too. So it includes a meal, $180 on Quicket, $200 at the door. So save $20. Basically 10% off when you book on Quicket. So do book on Quicket, ladies and gentlemen. Very important, and that secures your slot. You don't want to go on by the door. Chances are it's going to be sold out, and then yeah, you're not going to be able to join. But yeah, please do book your tickets, and also don't forget to support my fight against cancel culture, ladies and gentlemen. Greatly appreciated. All right, so we've got about 25 minutes until Amber Booysen joins us, which reminds me, I want to share with you a section of her speech that she gave at the Cape Independence March. I'm going to share with you that in a moment. Voot saying, we support you, bro. And I'm like, cool, that's awesome. Kermit saying, stop making excuses. Lol. I got on a bike in 1DC. I have no idea what that means. So yeah. Where will this special be? It will be at DNA Cafe in Kells River, my friend. Cape Town. So yeah. Go check it out. Links in the description. Everything you need to know is there, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So let me share with you the speech. There's a section of her speech. This is why she's on the show. It's taking a bit of time to get her onto the show, and that's fine. She's finally here. I got a lot of questions to ask her. It's going to be a very interesting conversation, and a lot of it's going to be based on the speech that she gave at the Cape Independence March. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, here is what Amber had to say. Amber Booysen, not Amber Heard. Amber Booysen had to say about Cape Independence and okay, degrees Celsius. Okay, cool. I get on a bike in 1 degree Celsius. Okay. Well, good for you. I'm kidding. Hey man, I'm trying. Give me a break. I will keep at it though. Keep going, Joe. I can't read what that word is. Rise and shine in winter is a bitch. Yeah, but I will keep on going. It's gonna be tough, but I'll keep on going. I want to do it. I felt good to go back in the gym today. It really did. My body's sore, which is good. And hopefully I'll go tomorrow. If not Wednesday, definitely Wednesday. I'm thinking about tomorrow. Probably Wednesday though. But I want to go tomorrow. Like I want to go back. Like that's where I'm back there again. Like where I want to go back. So anyway, let's see here. Actually, I might end up going tomorrow morning because I have load shedding at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, okay, wake up at 5. Get there. Get to the gym at 6 because they have generators, and just work out until 7:30ish, 7, and yeah, come back, shower. By the time I'm done all that, load shedding will be back, and then I can start my day. So yeah, thinking about doing that. You can do it. Yay! I can do it. Yeah. All right. So what was I gonna? Oh yeah. Here's the speech, ladies and gentlemen. The section of her speech. Once again, link to her full speech is in the description below if you are keen to watch it. But let's listen to what Amber Booysen had to say about Cape Independence.
So my message goes out today. It's sad under the circumstances that we in South Africa live. I'm not going to bring up color, but I need to speak as a colored of the Western Cape, how it affects me. I need to speak so that the world can hear that we coloreds was born in the Western Cape. And this is our Western Cape. And the ANC is taking our Western Cape down. And it's up to us as Capetonians of the Western Cape to stand up, get out of your comfort zone and come support what we're busy with. You're sitting and standing, you're laying into poverty, you don't have a bread in your house, you blame the ANC, but you don't want to stand up and support what we're busy with in the Western Cape, to declare the Western Cape independent. People, your eyes needs to open. In my town, people has never been into a ShopRite for 20 years. That is how bad poverty is, because they buy from tuck shops. There's no money to go grocery shopping in the month. And it goes like that in a lot of townspeople. So my message today is not going to be very long, because I can take a mic for an hour. And my heart is so sore, because we want to say so much why we need independency. Stop that organizations fooled you by tell you that Cape independency is controlled by white people. Independency will be run like any other country's independency. It will just be a province being declared independent. That is the difference.
Very powerful moment in her speech. But like I said, full speech in the description below. There's a link to the full speech in the description. There's a lot more that she says. But yeah, I felt like that section was quite passionate and very true. And that's some of what I'm going to talk to her about later tonight. She said some things that I think is very true in terms of, the ANC just neglecting the colored community, the colored people, but not just that, not just them also, but pretty much the entire country. I mean, I just shared with you headlines where the sewage treatment plants aren't really working very well, and that load shedding might go to stage 5. It's on stage 4 now, and across the news sphere of South Africa, you can find many more examples of, stuff just falling apart, ladies and gentlemen. That's the truth. And a lot of civilians or South Africans are taking things into their own hands and basically doing it themselves. And that's one of the things Amber has done as well. So I'm going to talk to her about her group, Swartland. There's a link to her Facebook group in the description below. I'm going to talk a bit about that. I'm going to talk a bit about why she supports Cape independence and why she thinks it's important that other people support it as well. And I think she's an important voice in the movement, but not just for the movement, for the colored community. She does a lot of help for for people who are poor. She helps them out a lot, and it's what she does, and she loves doing it. She loves helping people. So I'm very excited to have her on the show a bit later today, in about just over 15 minutes, 17 minutes. No, yes, 17 minutes. She'll be joining us, and you can hear from her why she is so passionate about all this stuff and why she thinks Cape independence is a good idea. We'll see what she has to say tomorrow evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have Nolu on the show. I've been trying to get Nolu on my show for a while, but things happen, load shedding and other things, so we've had to postpone the show a few times. But she will be on the show, and we'll be talking about the failures of feminism. I think that's the topic. Let me just double check. It's something along those lines. Let me just go here. Let's see. Oh, Mark has a new show coming up, ladies and gentlemen. You might want to check it out. Let's see. Where is it? Okay, I'm gonna have to go over here. Hold on. Just wanna get the correct title. It will be here. I do believe it is tomorrow. Yes, it is tomorrow. Is feminism failing our society? That's the topic. Is feminism failing our society? And that's going to be a very interesting conversation with Nolu, ladies and gentlemen. Cannot wait to have her on the show talking about this. Let's see here. Kermit's asking, is that going to be a 4-hour show? Tomorrow night? No, it's 2 hour. I don't do 4-hour shows. I'm not Chris Wyatt. Okay, sometimes with panel night it goes a bit long, but I don't do that a lot. And then Matthew Dixon asking me a very controversial question, which I am not going to get into because I actually don't know a lot about it, to be honest. I've seen memes. I've seen people on social media freaking out on both sides of the political debate. But I am reserving my opinion until I know more about what exactly is going on, what was overturned, and the details about it, blah, blah, blah. I have a feeling the left is freaking out or over-exaggerating the freak out. I don't think it's that bad usually. I mean, look at what they did with Don't Say Gay Bill. You know, they were freaking out over that and claiming things that it wasn't. So I have a feeling. I have a feeling it's the same case in this situation. You know, and to be honest, I've kind of lost interest with American politics and American shit that's happening in America. Because like you can't keep up, man. Between Amber Heard and I don't know what law that might be passed and gun rights and all that stuff, like it's a lot, man. It's a lot. And then I'm more curious about what's going to happen with the ANC in 2024. I'm also curious about what's going to happen to America in 2024 because they're also having an election. I think that year is going to be crazy. I really do. I think that year is going to be insane. We're going to see so much crazy stuff. But I'll I'll try and keep an eye on it as much as possible. But I've got other interests, you know. Keeping a close eye on DRSA and Rob Hutchinson fighting. They're still fighting the ANC, ladies and gentlemen, or the health minister, to make sure that they cannot just willy-nilly impose these horrible regulations that we've been suffering for 818 days, which reminds me, I'm going to have Rob Hutchinson on my show. I'm also going to have Koketso, and I'm going to have, let me just remember who the third person is. Becky from CRA is going to be joining me on the show, ladies and gentlemen. These guys are going to be part of my panel evening next week, Tuesday. And we're going to be talking about 818 days that South Africa had to endure these horrible regulations. And will South Africa survive? Will South Africa be able to pull itself together? Will South Africa, or does South Africa have a future? These are things that we're going to be asking these panelists. Rob Hutchinson, obviously part of DRSA, who's currently taking the health minister to court to make sure these regulations do not come back willy-nilly, and that it's a little bit more controlled, or rather I should say a little bit more difficult for the government to just impose regulations the way they see fit. And then obviously Koketso being a very popular commentary on politics. I would like to get his view on what or how he thinks South Africa might turn this all around. And Becky is a economist or economic analyst, part of the Center for Risk Analysis crew. And he's going to be on the show to discuss the economics of things, to discuss the policies of things, and how or why South Africa may not be able to get out of it. And if they do, how long would that take, and what the people or the government needs to do to make sure that there's a brighter South Africa or a brighter future for South Africa. So that's all going to be discussed next week, Tuesday. It's a great panel, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be announcing it tomorrow formally. The stream will be up, so please set a reminder. You don't want to miss out on that awesome panel discussion. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. So, yeah. The Chris White show made me hungry. Think I'm going to make oxtail Durban curry in the slow cooker overnight for tomorrow. Dude, I've been having oxtail potjie a lot recently. It's so good. Like oxtail potjie is so good, man. I'm gonna have another potjie evening. I've got actually 2 potjie evenings planned in the future. Yeah, it's so good. Like really, the recipe I'm using is really, really good. The way the meat just melts off the bone. Anyway, I'm definitely going to be having some potjie evenings in the future. Cannot wait for them. I like curry. I just can't have curry. Depending on the spiciness of the curry. If it's too spicy, my tummy just doesn't agree with it. So, unfortunately, I won't be having the curry one. Although an oxtail curry does sound really good. So, yeah. Anyway. Yes, that's the one, man. Oh, so good. So good. And I love the vibe of a potjie. We actually had a potjie, oxtail potjie on Father's Day, and we invited the whole family. And you start off the potjie, and it's like 2-3 hours before you have to add to it again, then another 2 hours before you add to it again. And in between that time, you're like hanging out with your friends, your family, and it's just an awesome vibe. So I really enjoy the vibe that the potjie comes with. And I'll be sharing it with some friends in the future, and then the wife and I are going away in August for our birthdays, to celebrate our birthdays. We're just gonna take a nice little break in August, and we decided we're gonna make a potjie over that time because it's gonna be cold. So yeah, very much looking forward to that. Yeah. Remember to double up on your gym time after the potjie. I will. I'm going to gym as much as I can now to prepare. Bought a crock pot, thinking same. Yeah, man, it's great stuff. Yum, yummy. Yeah. Oh, so good, man. So freaking good. Anyway, all right. So we got 7 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, or 8 minutes rather, until our guest joins us. Once again, it is Amber Booysen. I almost said Amber Heard. Amber Booysen is joining us tonight, and don't forget, tomorrow is with Nolu. Nolu Maki is her name, and we're going to be talking about is feminism failing our society, and you don't want to miss out on next week, Tuesday, the panel discussion that we're going to have. Thursday, ladies and gentlemen, usually comedians roast the headlines. Unfortunately, last Thursday there was load shedding. We couldn't have it. And then this Thursday, it looks like there's load shedding again during that time slot. Just keep an eye on my show or on my channel. I'll probably announce tomorrow or Wednesday what we're going to do. Either we are going to do it a bit earlier, so 7 to 8, or even 6:30 to 7:30, although I doubt that because most of the guys can't do that time slot. So chances are there won't be comedians roast the headlines this week again, unfortunately. But we're accumulating headlines, guys. We're accumulating headlines. There's some great headlines already that are coming through. Cannot wait to share them with you. But yeah, unfortunately, load shedding might get in the way of Thursday shows too. So tomorrow evening might be the last time you'll see me in the evening. I cannot stream on Wednesday evening. I've got a family event that I cannot miss out on, and Friday also busy. So yeah. Unfortunately, if we can't make it work on Thursday, then I'll only see you next week after tomorrow. Tuesday there will be a show. Tomorrow evening there is a show, because so far load shedding is not getting in the way. Let me just double check that. Hopefully Tuesday, yes, Tuesday's fine. Thursday's the problem, man. I really need to get an inverter. It's gonna happen at some point. I need to. It's gonna happen. Anyway, any moment now, our guest should be joining. Once she does, I will go to a quick break and get set up, and then we'll be back with Amber Booysen, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's very exciting. I cannot wait to have a chit chat with her. Let me just okay, cool. And before she comes on, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, please, link in the description. Support my fight against cancel culture. Link is there. Everything you need to know is in the link. Just watch these videos. They're like 3 minutes each. So in under 10 minutes, you can get up to speed on what is going on, what happened. And again, if 500 people donate $60, I've reached my target. So please consider donating a little bit to the cause. It'd be greatly appreciated. And for those of you that are tuning in right now, thank you so much. Just waiting for our guest to join us. I'm sure she will at any moment. Right now, she should join any moment at this point. So I just wanted to say thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for sharing the stream, for liking the stream. It is greatly appreciated. Thanks so much for hanging out with me as well. Marinate oxtail in garlic, rosemary, and balsamic overnight, and then use red wine with stock in the potjie. That sounds really good. Like, I'm not gonna lie. That woo. Okay. So yeah. that sounds good. That I've just had dinner and you're making me hungry. See, I'm even drinking water. Like, I'm trying to stay hydrated, man. I'm committed. Sorry. It's kind of an earthquake vibe. The whole thing's shaking. Oh no, it's an earthquake. Help me. No, I'm kidding. No earthquake. Calm down. Sorry. This is like, I didn't know the table was so wobbly. It's not like, it's actually steady, but it's like, ah! Anyway. Oxtail. Yes, oxtail indeed. Anyway. Getting a bit worried because the guest is not called in yet. But what I'll do is, if she hasn't called in by 8, I'll take a quick break and try and see what is happening. I'm actually going to send just a quick message. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to take a quick break. And when we're back, Amber Booysen will be joining me, ladies and gentlemen. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned and enjoy these quick messages. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's break time. Don't go anywhere, I want to share some announcements. Firstly, as you saw, I have a one-man show stand-up comedy special. Please book your tickets as soon as possible. There is limited seating. Tickets also include a meal. Oh, and the show is directed by the legend Barry Hilton. Avoid disappointment and book your tickets now. Just follow the link in the description, ladies and gentlemen, where you will find all the information. And secondly, please consider becoming a member to this channel. It goes a long way to supporting me and the channel. And for as little as $60, you can become a member to this channel and get exclusive perks. Just check out the join button below for all the details. And if you don't want to become a member, that's absolutely fine. Don't forget that you can also donate by giving a super chat, or sasa chats as we call them on this channel, or you can use super thanks to also donate to this channel. All donations are greatly appreciated. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are just tuning in, don't go anywhere. This is just a short break. The show will be starting again shortly, so enjoy the rest of the show. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet already. Thanks.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. Ha!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Joe Emilio Show. I am your host, Joe Emilio, and with me is Amber Booysen, ladies and gentlemen. Amber, I'm going to let you introduce yourself because you're a woman of many traits, if I can put it that way. So please tell the audience who and what you do.
My name is Amber Booysen, and as a Girl Guide from the age of 12, I committed myself towards South Africa. So there's an oath, and I always start whenever I do a talk show, whenever I go live, or that I promise to do my best, to do my duty to God and to my country, to help other people at all times, to keep the guide law. So I'm the founder of an organization, which is a registered organization called Swartland Action Group. I'm an activist for over 24 years. The community is the first priority to me. I chose a temporary position as a politician so I can see where and how my part can play a role, that I can have a little more power in what I do. So I chose that route. So I'm a counselor for the I'm a PR counselor for the Freedom Front Plus. I support Cape independency 150% with the current circumstances that's happening in South Africa. I'm a mother of 4 daughters. I'm a grandmother of 7 grandchildren. I was born and raised in the Swartland, full heart born Swartlander. They say when you speak English, you don't braai, but when you speak Afrikaans, you braai.
Nice. A beautiful introduction, and I couldn't have said it better myself. Amber, I saw you, and I actually played a clip of your speech at the recent Cape Independence March that happened on Freedom Day this past year. Very powerful speech, and I have linked the full speech in the description if people want to go watch it. But you really moved me. You know, like I've been a supporter, and it's not no secret on this channel that I've been a supporter of the Cape Independence movement. But some of the stuff you said in that speech really, I mean, I think it touched a lot of people that were listening, and I hope we'll try and convince some people now, while they're listening, why Cape Independence is a good idea. And I would like you to explain to people, you know, because there's this fight against it, especially from the corporate media, that the Cape Independence movement is a white-only movement. One of the things you said in your speech, that it is actually not that. For those who may be on the fence about Cape Independence, what could you say to them to maybe sway or at least open their minds to the idea?
Quite a lot of things that I can mention. Firstly, the Western Cape belongs to the Capetonians. The Western Cape is governed currently by the DA, which is a political party. Nationally, it's run by the ANC. The Capetonians will suffer more under political structure. And that is a fact. Now, once you, as a colored, come to realize, I'm not going to use brown. Tonight I speak, and I always speak out of my heart because I'm speaking to my fellow Capetonians, to my fellow colored communities, especially in the Western Cape. We are the majority in the Western Cape. The Cape Exit is a movement that's managed by white. And it is not managed unfairly. Independency would be run like any other country's independency. People should go do their homework. They should not be influenced by politicians, because a politician will lose its political power once independency is set in the Western Cape. And that is the saddest part. In experience, the most people say, yeah, but it's white people. When are you, as a colored and a black and an Indian, whoever, we are a diverse, beautiful Cape, gonna come and join, get on board, so we can be diverse in an independent Western Cape as well, and not as a province. Let the numbers grow by all race in the Western Cape.
so it will not be only more whites. Now, why do white people choose a route for independency? They get cut out. And it's not fair. We as colored get cut out. We're not black enough. BEE plays a role. I can speak a lot of things, and then I would be named a racist. Once we speak the truth get turns and say you're a racist. And that part people should get out of their mind. We're talking the truth. We need to tell people why Cape independency is needed for the Western Cape. Not that the other provinces is going to believe in the dark. Remember, we have family members that lives in the Northern Cape. We have in the Northern and Gauteng, in the other provinces. We concerned about them as well. The ANC is not governing our country as it should be. I'm not going to talk tonight about the corruption. That's one of the biggest concerns. We need to educate our children of what's happening in South Africa because they are the future of South Africa. Where I come from, Malmesbury, Swartland. Whoever is listening and is not happy of what I'm going to say tonight, racist was so big. Racism is still so big in the Swartland. But we need to speak about it. We need to let all other races know that we as the Western Cape Townians need change. We need to create a brighter future from here on for our children, their children. What's going to happen to them? No political party will in 6 years fix the mess of what the ANC has done. We, the people, need to make that change. We're sitting in our comfort zones. We criticize. We sit and we put on Facebook, social media. Oh, it's not going to work. But did you go and do research? Did you question the people or countries that has been independent in how it should be run? Any person saying that independency is apartheid must go and read South African Constitution. It is important that we must educate our children, politics people. We need to tell our children what's happening in South Africa. So on the question that you just asked me, that's a few that I just gave you now, Joe. If you want to hear more, ask me more questions.
There's more questions coming in. I also want to remind people watching that they're allowed to ask questions in the live chats. Please, towards the end of the hour, I will get to some of the questions that keep popping in. I'm able to just mark them and keep an eye on them. Jade actually says here, Swartlander all the way. There's another Robert King saying another Swartlander here too. So there are some supporters of you watching, which is great to see. And we will talk about the Swartland group that you have and what you're doing there. But before we get into that, you spoke now a lot about the colored community, especially where you're from in Malmesbury and all those areas. I need you to maybe speak in a little bit more detail about why the colored community should get on board with Cape independence. I mean, yes, we would be independent from the ANC, and the ANC has not been fair. The ANC and the previous government of South Africa, apartheid government, was not fair on coloreds. So colored community and the colored people of South Africa have been I refer to them as the forgotten people, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just, it feels that way because you're either, like you just said, in apartheid you were not white enough and now you're not black enough. This community has been suffering for many years in South Africa, and I think one of the biggest hesitancies that the colored community have is, well, even if we gain independence, why should we trust it? Why should we put our faith in what could possibly be a new regime or a new government or a new whatever when we've been burnt twice already?
Yeah, Joe, you see, we put our trust in politics. We had to at the time. It is necessary even still now today. Coming from an apartheid era, the coloureds was and is still used to the treatment they get from government. There's no uplifting. It's giving the people the same level of what they think we deserve, not what we need. Look at the small matchbox houses they gave colored people in the Western Cape. Go see in Kailicha, it's 2-bedroom houses that was set up with geysers. It's time the colored people must come to the realization that the political party they choose was the party to take care of them. Forget about government, national level. National level, they do as they do, corruption. Let's come down to local government level. And that is DA. The Western Cape is run and controlled by the DA. You get your T-shirt when it comes to voting time. You get promised maybe a fridge. I spoke to people personally. Alcohol. We had strong colored leaders starting in when they come into the politics. We're going to do this for our people. We're going to do that for our people. I'm not going to mention names. You and the listeners know who they are. They were leaders. They came, the colored people we're going to do once they get your vote. Where are they? They in positions. And we as coloreds are still where we are. We got used to this kind of treatment and we think it should be. No coloreds of the Western Cape. You're coming from a white apartheid government that kept you there. Now you're in a black government that still keep you there. My message go out today to the coloreds of the Western Cape. Why should the white man fight for the colored? How come can't you stand up for yourself? I'm colored. I'm Khoi. I'm a brown woman. But if I am not going to start to make change of what damage that of what politics has done to our people, someone has to do it. I'm with Cape Exit. Beautiful white people. People that's got the finances to support independency. So I give my little support, and that is to do go and have open like branches, workshops, so the people can hear about what it is. No white man will take this country over, this Western Cape over. This would be for everyone in the Western Cape, not by color. I'm just speaking to the coloreds tonight because we're the majority in the Western Cape. And this is our Western Cape. My great-grandfather was born as a colored farmer in Paardeberg in 1875. Paardeberg is like 15 kilometers outside of Malmesbury. And in the 1960s, he had so much properties, he was chased off from his own land. How come do we still allow that politics is doing this to us? Now we're in a black government. Now we're talking BEE. You are not black enough to get that house even if you are first on the waiting list, my friend. The black man, the black woman, and I have nothing against any race. It's time to speak the truth. I have half black children and half colored grandchildren. But the truth needs to be spoken. When you go for a job, It's BEE. You're not black enough to get the job. I believe the person who qualified for the position should get the position. Now we're going to fight. You will never fight, lose the battle. You will never win this losing battle if you don't change your mindset in what is good for you, what is good for your grandchildren and their children. Let's take the Western Cape back. Van Riebeeck gave us this Western Cape. Go and ask your grandmother, grandparents, because our colored communities is not educated of where we come from. And that is the biggest problem in South Africa. They need to know how they got to the Western Cape. They need to know how it was built, how the Western Cape was created. Who are we? The ANC don't acknowledge our language. They want to take away our Afrikaans. And we're going to allow them? Coloreds of the Western Cape, even if you're living currently in Gauteng, and you ran away from the Western Cape because you couldn't get a job here, but you got one up there, you can come home. We need to let our children know that we are a special Western Cape of all the provinces, the most diverse in the Western Cape. So, Joe, tonight I hope on the 27th that I can pass a message that our coloureds must stand together. It is such... I'm so sorry, that was my cell phone. I was supposed
No
to
worries.
switch off. I'm very sorry.
No worries.
That's
All
fine.
good.
I've got that under control.
It's all good. If I could just also mention, like, I think what you say is also very important, and something that people of the Western Cape need to understand is that if Cape independence was to happen, the coloreds are the majority in the Western Cape. That's a fact. 51% or over 51% of the population in the Western Cape is colored, which would make them that community the majority in the Western Cape. And through a democracy, a real democracy, they would be able to finally have their say, have a voice. And I'm sure that in a new democracy, I'm not saying that, it's going to be now a completely controlled, colored government or anything like that, and the same atrocities are going to happen. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying I think it's going to be a much more fair government because, as you've mentioned as well, even though the colored community is the majority, there is still a lot of different cultures, races, ethnic groups in the Western Cape. I firmly believe that if the Western Cape got independence, it would be the rainbow nation that was promised to us in 1994. The Western Cape has the possibility to bring that prophecy, if you will, or that notion or dream, what have you, to reality. Would you agree with that?
Oh, yes, I definitely agree with it. I said it.
Yeah.
I might not have said it in facts, but I say it as it is. I might not use terminology, but I say it as it is.
Yeah.
Joe, it is such a... It is the listeners and viewers has to understand that the DA is the controlled political party in the Western Cape. And Cape Exit has more supporters, DA supporters, on the registered list. We have up till 22, 24, 23 months for the next national elections. It is important that people should go vote. People should educate themselves from now until 2024 to decide who are they going to vote. Because we have political parties in place that supports independency. Cape Party, Freedom Front Plus. The DA is not on board. Why doesn't the DA support what is good for the Western Cape? Because the DA will lose its power as a political party. People, you need to know that for that reason and for that reason only, that is why the DA is not supporting independency. Because the DA had all the colored votes for many years, Joe. What did the DA do for me in my town? Is there a gap house currently in the Swartland in town? No. These small houses that they built will continue in rows and rows in areas where there's not schools, where there's not. But why not build gap houses in the town itself, the dorp? It must be. How come is there not one white person staying in a colored RDP house? Question. You as a colored should ask yourself that question tonight. 1, 2, maybe. It's only you as a colored that would stay in that small houses because they decide how big your earth should be. The Eastern Cape people, Joe, has huge land. What did this government give to our coloreds here in the Western Cape? What did they give to you and me? Nothing. Our forefathers had properties, land, and we got evicted in the apartheid years, our families from the lands. Why don't we stand up and say, this is our Western Cape? We had to take that little couple of negotiation money that the land reform was given to our people. But the land belonged to the colored. We're not going to get our land back. But here's so much land. Give us land. Give us what we deserve. People come from Eastern Cape people. They come get your RDP house. You're fighting for an RDP house. You should fight for your land. Coloreds of the Western Cape, stop fighting and arguing over the RDP house. Stand up and fight for your land. Make sure you choose the right political party next time.
Yes.
I don't have the right to tell you people should. Sorry, Joe.
No, go ahead.
I don't have the right to say who you should go vote for. But we need to vote at the moment. I believe strongly independency is definitely going to happen. If we have 1.6 million registered voters registering themselves up with Cape Exit, which is a non-political organization. It is managed by white people. I can also go on there and be a manager and manage but I decide not to. I decide to speak to you people. I decided to speak to you coloreds instead. I decided to bring you colored people on board. Look at Namibia. There's no crime. Gangsterism is taking over in your areas, people. Your colored areas. Our children get ripped by drug lords. We stay like that for years and for years. Nothing gets done by government or your political party about the situations. We're losing our children every weekend in the Cape Flats, in areas where gangsterism takes over. We are used to the treatment. Look, they put you... Joe, this is something that's actually that I would have today, the first time, an opportunity to speak.
Okay.
Rape in coloreds, under coloreds, is the highest statistics. Why, Joe? Politics. When they gave our people that small house, mother and father, there was one structure, had no privacy. What did the children see when mother and father was busy at night? Eye close, eye open. Why didn't they build 2-bedroom houses? Was this a planned thing in order to get us there? Because when you're in that problem, you're in that problem. and it's growing like a field fire. And it ended up that our statistics show that the coloreds are the most rapists. Why? Could it be that could be one of the reasons? That the parents had no privacy in that small houses. We go to schools. The coloreds of the Western Cape don't get upgrading. They give us all the years the level of what they think we deserve. But your vote is important to them. Cape Exit is not a racist organization. Cape Exit is an organization that wants the Western Cape to be declared independent. Cape Exit is an organization that sees the suffering of the coloreds. And they're fighting more for you than you fighting for yourself. I am part of that group. Believe me or not, 1.6 million is what we need. We're going to go there. We're going to go there very quick. If we have you, my brother, listening, my sister, listening, doesn't matter what race you are. But I need more colored supporters. Namibia was once part of South Africa. 5th of February, 1994, I think it turned, or 6. Not 100% sure on that, but I know it's on my father's birthday. Namibia became independent. The Western Cape is special. People, we have Kaapse Klopse. People, we have Indian food stores. We have we have Zulu dances. We have a diverse culture. We special. We speak a language that no one else speaks on the planet. We are so special, and we should actually celebrate our cultures. Set a date once a year. You know, I believe God the Father, we need to make another prayer day. We need to pray for the Western Cape. Not that the other provinces is not people should not think that because we want to declare the Western Cape independent, we neglect them. I am a councillor. I've got an organization that do municipal complaints. I am supporting Cape Exit. You can do whatever you want to. You can support anything you want to. It doesn't make me more of a politician than when I am an activist. The mere fact is I want to make that change. So the one thing that I want to add onto this is that the people of the Western Cape have heard about Cape independency. Some of them not. It's very interesting, especially in our rural, poor areas. They don't know about it. And we're going to have workshops now so that our people can, we want to hear what influence does politics have on people's lives. Now, I'm so with joy in my heart that my political party supports independency. And people should really think who they vote for. I have no right to say who they have to vote for. It is important that you need to go do your homework, people, before the next elections. It is important that you go and Google, go and see how Singapore is an independent country. Go and see how it is done, how they do things there different. We the people will govern. We the people will control. I think people are not very educated on the level. I'm going to make a small example. Let's say I always use Swartland because it's a municipal area. Swartland is a municipal area. It's got a few towns. So people should know how independency works. The people govern, not the police commander. He's the police commander in charge. We're going to have our school in the Western Cape, but for the Swartland, we might have our own power station. It's what the people want. We want to have more schools, what the people want. Currently, what do we get? Where's our money, people? Taxpayers' money. Where's your money? It's okay for the ANC to take your money. Oh, but when a colleague in your workplace steal, everyone in your town knows about it. So, love one another. Support one another. Ask questions about Cape independency. Why we should go. The only people that will argue Cape independence is strong politicians that love for politics and not for the change. And that's a fact, Joe. So whoever tomorrow on Facebook, on social media will criticize what I'm saying, what I said was facts.
Yeah.
So I don't know the comments that's going to come in. Let it come in. But what I spoke was facts, and I didn't speak something that I don't know about.
Yeah.
I'm speaking of what's happening currently. We need change. We need change urgent.
Yeah.
So people need to go register themselves if they're interested at Cape Exit. You must be a registered voter. Go register yourself and make sure you also vote during the elections for the right party.
Yeah. No,
That
absolutely.
supports in the people.
Yeah. I agree with everything that you've said. I think there are some very strong words. I'm seeing some comments coming in saying that, they love what you say and they're agreeing with you. And look, I think the people that, try and label it's always interesting to me that the race card is always used to try and shut people up who speak truth. And they're just Twitter trolls or social media trolls. But I think for the majority of people that will watch this and continue to share this, I think everybody will understand and see the positivity that you're speaking of. And I just want to switch over to your Swartland project, if I can call that. Please explain to the people who may not know about this, about what you're busy with in the Swartland. Please explain to them what it is exactly that you do.
Okay, my organization is called the Swartland Action Group. It's actually Afrikaans, the Swartland Aksiegroep. I see that corruption nationally is there, but it does not affect some local areas directly. So politics affected the local part with on municipal levels. So in 2018, I received a phone call from the community. I was staying at the time in Kraaifontein because I had a daughter that gone school in Kraaifontein. And I received a call saying that 100 Rand was being on the accounts and on the municipal accounts. And I said, wait, let me go and assist these people and see what's happening. I've set up a letter of demand. We had a protest, and it was the first time in history that about 400 colored people of the Swartland was walking because it affected people very badly. And my organization I'm a local government councillor. So I have the municipalities today. I have to have the municipalities. I have to think about them because they on my one hand and the community on the other hand. So the community has a need, the municipality delivers. Now, as I've established this organization in 2018 already, not knowing that I was going to become a councillor with the last local election, last local elections. So at the time, it was very interesting. Bylaws, I had to look in and see The Swartland community, and especially the Coloureds, was suffering under these huge utility accounts. So I said to myself, wait, man, I mean, who is going to establish an organization that do municipal complaints? That's in every household. So me and my team was interviewed by ENC News regarding the Swartland Action Group. We don't do only municipal complaints. We get SASHA complaints. We get SASHA card holders, applications. Um, I've got the other business that I do as well, where I legally attend to tribunal matters. That's also a registered company that I have on the side. It's a PTY. It's not active actually, but 1, 2 cases comes in. So then I assist the community. Um, I do my council work. I do my Cape Exit work. My hands are currently full, but I will serve. So it's my party, it's my municipality that I have to protect, it's my party, it's my organization, it's my little small business that I have, it's a Cape Exit that I have on the other hand. But the most of all is I have the community in my heart. And with all these organizations, I want to see if I can't make change. And my team, it's a very, I don't have an NPO number yet. So I have now sponsors for my organization. So my team walks from house to house. If an electricity account is blocked, if a water pipe bursts and someone must pay, and we know how it goes in with electricity, especially now with Eskom and what's happening in the country, and how high water accounts and how high electricity accounts is under the circumstances of load shedding. If your account is not paid, you get blocked. That's bylaws of the municipality. Unfortunately, we can't do anything about it. That's their bylaw. Who set it? It's there. It's politics that cause these things, in order to never be in your favor. Coloureds, you will always suffer, nationally and local. We will suffer. So my team, I want to make use of this opportunity to thank each one of them, because they walk sometimes to town to sort out a municipal account, to assist a household. Our people suffer. You go into that household, they can't afford a loaf of bread. Poor communities, Joe. I've said it in my last speech. I've said that I actually swallow when I think about it. The ANC wants to close tuck shops now. Do they know what impact it would have in colored communities? There, people can buy still a packet of sugar in a see-through bag where it's measured out of a cup. People buy 1 egg loose. Coloreds. In some of our townships, it happens as well. But why must our people live like this? And our leaders is living in mansions. Our leaders is in control of our people's taxpayers' money in South Africa. How many shacks got rained, overflowed by water? People should stop voting for this parties that puts them in this position. It's heartbroken. It's sore that our people don't worry about their own circumstances. They don't worry about their children's future. Because this is where it's heading. If I'm not going to stand up as a colored from my colored community, so I want to be there, a Hindu, a black man, a black woman, a white woman, a Chinese woman, in following the same way of what I do. I just stand up for the coloreds more, going the route of independency. I say it out strongly more. I will bring the message to my people in the colored communities more. but it needs to be done. We need to make a change, and we are that change. We the people. We can't trust no one no more. So, Joe, I hope, I hope, certainly we're standing on a figure of 823.24. We need 1.6 million. 100,000 we're standing currently, 823.24,000. We need 1.6 registered voters to force off a referendum. We're not going to give the ANC. Uh, we're not going to give the ANC an opportunity here. We're going to force it off. We need to force it off. We need to do change. We need to take back our safety. We need to take back our schools. We need to take back our state's hospitals. It's falling apart. You can see in the corners how black it is. It hasn't been cleaned for 26 years. We need to take back everything that was in a good working condition. Politics is not going to solve this problem.
Yeah.
We need to solve this problem.
Yeah, it's very true. Like a lot of people still look at Cyril as like their father figure, and I always laugh at them, and I'm like, Cyril has done nothing good since his presidency, and before that, the ANC has done nothing good as well. They ended apartheid, and since then it's just been downhill from there. And we can see it over the past 28 years of them being in leadership. Load shedding alone has gotten worse since 2007. We're on stage 4 now, and stage 5 is being spoken about. Even stage 10 was mentioned a few months ago. I mean, that would be catastrophic if that was implemented. And going back to your point, the ANC wanting to take away tuck shops in certain areas of well, I guess nationally, would also devastate the small little economic hub that exists in townships and other areas of South Africa. I really don't know what would happen to those people. I mean, it's almost like the ANC wants to upset the people. The ANC wants them to get angry. The ANC wants these more protests, more violence, the July riots to happen 2.0. And yeah, I think another battle that maybe the FF Plus have, along with Cape Independence Party and other parties for that matter, is again people feeling distrust with politics, because it's I've often spoken what you've said on the show tonight. I've told people, go vote, just go vote. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for, just go vote. And a lot of the times people are saying, but who do we vote for? All the politicians lie. All the politicians are corrupt. Nobody, they don't care about us. They'd rather not vote. And I think that's a very tough topic to persuade someone to just, do your research and go vote. Because again, the ANC has managed to create such a distrust among the South African population that they don't just not trust the ANC, they don't trust anyone. And I don't know how that's going to be fixed.
Well, you see, we need to work very hard. We, the Freedom Front Plus, needs to work very hard for the next elections. Not that my role in Cape Independency to do more awareness would stop. It would be I would squeeze it in. But people need to know that it is important to vote. Politics should start out of the house. Parents should educate their children. It is important, young people, to go register to vote. It can be around the dinner table. Father can take his son to a rugby match. But we need to educate our children where we come from and where are we going, because they are our future.
Yeah.
So my saying was the other day, if you vote for a party that is corrupt, then you are also corrupt.
good point.
You're part of giving that people or that leaders or that thief, you gave him permission to go steal because you're voting for him. You can't say it in any other word. So whoever support political parties where who is corrupt, support that people is a thief, support the corruption. Period. My message goes out as well to South Africans, because some of my Capetonian people wants to stand for independency. They live there up there in the other provinces as well. But this is a message to South Africans. We all have until a few months before the next elections. Go read and go study a political party's manifesto first before you make decisions. With pride, I can say I'm with a party that support. My political party supports my language. It supports my Christianity. And that is important.
Yeah.
So people should really think twice before they make decisions, new voters, old voters, because your decision that day depends on us and what's going to happen in the next future. How our country is going to be controlled. How more should we suffer? It is in our hands. Just because you feel strongly towards politics, you make bad political decisions in your voting, we suffer. We all suffer.
Yeah. That's
So,
very
Joe,
true.
that's my message.
No, it's a good message, and I think you hit the nail on the head there. If you vote for a corrupt party, then you are also basically part of the problem, and I couldn't agree more with that. I also want to just, in our final few minutes, just go to some of the questions that have been coming in from some of the people. If there are any further questions, keep them coming in. I think we have time for 2 or 3. But this one's coming in from Voot, who says, wants to know your thoughts on Patricia de Lille.
She reminds me of myself. Because when she started off, she promised the colours of the Western Cape. She was in my position. She had a good position. But she failed us. And now she want to bounce back. It's too late, my sister. I am still in the position to bounce.
Okay.
I was told that I have a very strong. I was told by people that that you have a lot of Patricia de Lille in you. You have the ability to speak to people, and you get through to people. That is what she had, but she used it at that time, maybe for a position, because that's what it is clearly. But she's bouncing back, but for what reasons?
Yeah.
Ek is omkoopbaar, Joe. Ek is omkoopbaar.
I gotta be honest, I don't trust her. Like, I don't know. There's like a lot of, as you know, in her career, there's been a lot of controversy as well. The fact that she's with the ANC also doesn't sit with me very well. And, Good Party, I don't feel has done much for the people. I don't, and there's people in that party that I also don't trust. But then again, that's politics. There's a lot of people I don't trust in politics. But moving on to another question from Voot, he wanted to ask you, will Cape Independence improve the gang violence situation? I think that's a very interesting question.
Of course it will. The people can go for a court order against that gangster. He can be removed out of the town. Independency put you as the people in control and not the police or a justice system that protects that person.
So I also think that maybe like with Cape independence and once Western Cape becomes its own country, the first thing that the people will want, and possibly the next government or people in power will make sure that corruption no longer exists. I think there might be a very big clamp down on gangsterism and drugs and all the nasty things that happen in the Cape Flats, in the colored community, and in the entirety of Western Cape. I think, like you said earlier, even if you get Western Cape independence tomorrow, it's going to take time to fix the damage that the ANC and somewhat a bit of the DA have done to the Western Cape. But it can be rebuilt. It's not too late yet, and I think that would be probably a first priority for whoever is next in line to control the Western Cape, is just to get rid of the gangsterism, especially.
That's a headache at the moment. The Swartland is also suffering a lot. It's young people. It's not.
Yeah.
But like I say again, it's what was done over the years, and
Yeah.
the brother see from the brother, and the sister see from the brother, and there's no changes. There won't be changes if we need to be uplifted, not stay on the same level. That is, you know, like rehabilitation centrums. We don't have it in the Western Cape. Why not? Is this a political thing that the coloureds must stay in the circumstances? Because I question myself a lot, Joe. Why hasn't there been any improvement? Why is it that there isn't any court orders to remove these people? It doesn't have to be through independency to do it. Because that's my strategy now in fixing circumstances in the Western Cape. I'm sorry, in the Swartland. I've spoken already to a magistrate. It can be done. If we, the people, want that person out of our community, he can be removed by a court order out of town or out of your area. So I hope my question to the friend who asked this question, I can't recall now the name. It's your community activist or your politician in that area, or your councillor that assists there, that can stand up. A person for that, you don't need Cape independency. You can force gangsterism. They just don't do it.
Yeah, I think they don't do it because there's corruption. They get paid off. They're scared of their lives. There's killings. It's a very complex issue. It's not something that you're going to wave a wand and then it's going to disappear. I think it's a very layered and complex situation and issue. But hopefully, if Western Cape gets independence, it will be eradicated. Drickus also has a question. I'll leave this as the last question. Does Amber liaise with other leaders across Western Cape to build her network and support her cause for independence?
Yes, we do. Oh, yes, we certainly do. We even speak to political, like Amber myself. I speak to political parties about it. I send invites. I've sent. You sometimes have to be careful. In my experience, I do this on social media. I will send it to groups. I will say, listen, I have a workshop. I'll invite you. It's up to you. So we're going to do it more because there's nothing. First was my Cape Town people. My Cape colored people needed attention at this very moment. So from now on, so what we do is we're going to do it more. We have like 3 workshops now coming up in our Darling area, in our Riebeek area, Moerisburg. From there, we're going to go Paternoster. So we do send out to our community, to our other community leaders, to groups, to organizations. We do send it out, and it is impressive that how some of them were mostly politicians actually asking these questions, and it is very interesting that they are interested in it, and it is amazing to see that you had this politician for 30 years that's standing now right beside me, um, going to the movement for independency and is not shy to attend the workshop, because shyness is not going to count here. Um, if you have to put your head in uh, wherever, you will walk out at the other side, but you have to go with your head in first.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
yeah, we do, and we're still gonna do more.
Awesome. I wish you the best of luck with that. I hope it goes really well and keep on spreading the message. In closing, Amber, is there anything you would like to leave our audience? Just a quick message. And I also want people to know that I have linked your group, the Swartland group, in the description below, the Facebook group, so they can go check it out and, join it. But yeah, Amber, is there anything you want to say in closing?
Now, I want to give a message out to all the Cape Exit registered um, Cape Exiteers. It's 823,000. If each one of you register a friend, a family member, a brother, a sister, neighbor, that figures is double. I want to send a second message out to young people in the Western Cape. When you're 18, 16, you can already register to vote. But you won't be able to vote. Go register yourself at the IEC so you can vote, because this country belongs to you. You're our next generation. We need leaders out of youth. And we need good leaders. From my organization side, I want to say that anyone can follow us on the organization is registered on Facebook as the Swartland Action Group, Swartland Actie Group. If you want to get involved, if you want to sponsor anything towards the activists that's unemployed, that works, any sponsors is welcome. You can make contact with me on the group. And then I want to send the last message out to all Cape Townians. Me speaking so honest and so sincere doesn't count you out. Whoever lives in whatever province. Me speaking so directly to the coloureds was just the message I want to bring to the coloured people. Don't feel offended, maybe, because my message tonight was to speak to the coloureds. Because we're the majority in the Western Cape. And if you want to go do a research, I'm going to bring up a small town that's called Easterus in Pretoria. And I've spoken to gangsters there that's today beautiful young men that got out of the gangsterism. A community project was given to them where they have these three-wheel taxis. And I was driving in it at the time when I was in Easterus. Beautiful colored community. People braai on the pavements every weekend. Gangsterism is out in Easterus. Go do yourself a favor and research Easterus gangsterism that happened there, people. So I will stand for what I believe in. Don't punish me because I speak the truth. Support me in what I'm doing. Don't let anyone confuse you in your decisions. If you want to know more about something, go and do your right research. Ask the right people the right questions. Do not be manipulated and fooled by politicians that wants to have the control into running this country. That's my message, Joe. And my message especially goes out to all Cape Exit supporters that stands in the cold, in the sun, in the wind, to have managed to get that 820,000 odd registered. People, go vote. The upcoming national elections, it is important to vote for the right party because our future depends on it. Don't vote because you're used to voting. Vote for the right reasons. Thank you, Joe, for having me on the show.
Well, thank you, Amber Booysen, for giving me an hour of your time. It was a very riveting, interesting, and informative discussion, and I agree with everything you said, and I wish you the best of luck, not just in your position in the Freedom Front Plus, but also with what you're doing with the Swartland and everything else that you've got going for you, your small business, everything else. I wish you the best of luck. Keep fighting the good fight, and I'll have you back on the show, I'm sure, pretty soon. We'll get updates, and as we get closer to the next national elections, I'd love to hear what you are up to, what the Freedom Front Plus is up to, and yeah, we'll hear more, hopefully, about the Cape Independence Movement. So Amber, once again, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Joe. It's a pleasure being on your show.
Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Amber Booysen, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it yourself, what she is, what she does. A very interesting, strong, powerful woman, I believe, and a lot of patience, a lot of passion. And yeah, I knew I was going to enjoy to listen to what she had to say. She has an amazing ability to just captivate her audience, and I think she is a valuable member in our society, especially in the movement of Cape independence. For those of you who have been watching, thank you so much. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, please. And don't forget to like the video. And if you enjoyed this little interview and you want to share it, you can share this stream, or you can wait until I have uploaded the hour-long conversation on its own, which I will be doing on my podcast playlist. You will see Amber Booysen on her own, just the hour conversation, and you can just watch that hour conversation. I'll probably make some clips. I'll see what I can do, and if I have time. Voot has shared the Facebook link of Swartland Group, so please check that out. The link is in the description below, so please check it out. I see there's a bit of a debate happening in the live chats, and that's naturally going to happen. Des Palm, I do see you there, and I'm sorry, my friend. I've been meaning to email you to get you on the show. I will do so in the coming week, so keep an eye on your emails. And I see there's a bit of a debate. Oh boy. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the Cape Independence Movement is always going to be one of those conversations that's going to be very interesting. And it's something I'm keeping a close eye on. Des Palm is the director of Cape Exit, and I would love to have him on the show. We've already been talking about it. Unfortunately, our last date had to be postponed, but I will definitely have him on the show soon. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to take up too much of your time. That's it. That's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back tomorrow evening with Nolo Maki. We're going to talk about, has feminism failed society? I think that's the topic. I keep on forgetting the topic, but something like that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, look out for it tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. I'll join you here, right here, as always, ladies and gentlemen. Until then, stay safe, be kind to one another, and I'll see you at the next one. Cheers.